The problem is though that most LOs have it ass backwards. They say, okay, so do you want to move forward? Now it's like, oh shit, I don't know, right? Like you're making them make a decision. But the reason why it doesn't work is because the sequence of the way the message is delivered. So it usually starts off with price, logistics, and then benefit, right? Kind of like when you're selling cell phones. Like they see the price, you talk about how to get it to your contract, right? You got to trade in. And then you talk about the benefit. Well, this got a new camera, right? This has new apps, 5G, whatever it is. You talk about the features. All you're doing is you're swapping benefits with price. So price is actually at the very end. Benefits is the very beginning.
Right.
And then you talk about the logistics. Because after I ask them and say, okay, well, how does that sound? And then of course they're going to say, yeah, sounds great. What do we do? Okay, first I need to validate that you can even qualify for the loan. So there's just a few items that I need, like pay stubs, W-2s, super short list because again, I'm a direct lender. I don't need full tax returns or anything like that. And mention that. Now, I'm not gonna have you pull up 9 years worth of tax returns. If anything, it's just like a recent pay stub in last year's W-2. I'm sure you guys know where you guys keep that, right? So yeah, okay, cool. So once I get that, then I can validate your ability to lock in the loan and actually begin to qualify for the loan. You see, we operate a little bit different here. I dot my I's and cross my T's before we even start the process, because if an appraisal is needed, and sometimes an appraisal is not needed because of our relationship with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, if I'm able to get around the appraisal, I've not only saved you a couple $100, but even if an appraisal was needed, I've done my homework. So I know that there's a bridge to stand on to cross the side where you guys want to go. Does that make sense? Now they're feeling comfortable. Say, anyway, I'll send that over email. You don't need to write it down. I never have them write it down because you don't know what they're writing it down on. They could be writing it down like on some junk mail. And then there's not enough room because, Jim writes big.
Yeah.
Right? And now that list looks like this long list of chores. But if you say, I'm going to send you a quick short list of a few items that I need, it's going to be in your email. Don't worry about writing it down. Once I get those items, I can go ahead and validate your ability to proceed. And then they're going to ask you the price. Okay, well, what's the rate? Well, the payment's going to go from here to here, right? And so we have a courtesy option, which is basically where we waive the lender fee, and that payment's going to be this. And then I work it up already. So I work up a payment, and it all depends on the conversation, right?
Right.
So if they're sensitive with fees, I've already worked up one with no lender fee and one with no cost. But if they're more concerned about maximized savings, then I work par. Right? So I'm always getting the percentage of par. But if they were the type of consumer where they have a lot of cash flow and I'm shortening the term, then I'm working up options with 1 point buy down, 2 points buy down. But I always present it by payment, never by rate, because I need them to buy into the payment first and then I go over the pricing. So I say, which payment would you want? Oh, I want that payment. Okay, that one's going to be 4.75, 30-year fixed. It's not adjustable. Ooh, 4.75. Yeah, now keep in mind, Jim, 6 to 9 months after we pay off all your credit card debt, after you replenish all the money in your bank, after you do X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna step right back in and I'm gonna help you get into a lower rate and lower term. As a matter of fact, we may be able to shave 5 years off the life of your loan. That's 60 payments of PITI, right? Or PI, whatever. So 60 payments of a $2,000 principal and interest payment, that's 120 grand. I'm gonna be able to save you in the long run. So this is just your stepping stone. Don't worry about it.
Step one.
Then they can accept it.
Connected to SalesRemastered.